So, Tariq Nasheed on the No Jumper Show. Coming right on. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to Common Sense, Logic, Reason. And as always, I want to say thank y'all for joining today. So I've talked about Tariq Nasheed many times before. You know, if you've never heard of him, he's basically one of these racists out here that's constantly telling black folks that they're perpetual victims while they themselves are rich, and will brag and boast about being rich. But he basically started out teaching math lessons. When he really got out in the world teaching math lessons, writing books, a series of books on teaching men how to mac women, and so on and so forth. He's a rapper. He put out a couple of rap albums, you know, that most people nobody's heard of. And he's into a lot of things. He sells about products online and stuff like that. But I would say probably one of his biggest verticals that he's ventured into is race hustling. And the reason why he did that, because it's profitable. Race hustling is profitable. That's why the race hustlers do it. And this is why they have invested interest in constantly telling black people and selling perpetual victimhood to blacks. But anyway, he did an interview on the No Jumper Show, and they covered various topics, including white people singing N-word at concerts.
Now, there was like a viral video recently where Roddy Ricch was performing, and his song, you know, it was like "She Suck a Negro Soul." It was a crowd full of white. I'm talking about the pillest motherfuckers you ever see, Tariq. Screaming with just a oomph.
Almost any rap show I've been to in my life has this to a degree.
What's your take on that word? And should white folks be able to sing it at concerts?
Well, yeah, that's why, you know, they like rappers like that so that they can go sing that. White people love saying the N-word. They love it.
Whites love to say the N-word based off of what? Exactly. Okay, this is Tariq Nasheed theorizing on what white people think again, which he loves to do that. These race hustlers love theorizing and telling you what white people think, you know, which I don't have a problem with that. My only problem would be is that if a white person did the exact same thing about blacks, start theorizing what black people think this and black folks think this, first thing they'll do is they'll cry racism and say that white person is racist. And that white person has no right to speak on black issues and so on and so forth. They do this nonsense all the time. They're true hypocrites. But I just need to know for Tariq to explain how he, you know, knows what white people think, all white people think. You know, is he an empath or is he telepathic or something? He's some clairvoyant. I just need to know, because he does this all the time.
They hate to get around us and have to use the term N-word. They like to say it because that tramples on their freedom. To be white means in America, you're supposed to be able to do whatever you want to do. Mm-hmm. And when you're told you can't say the word nigga, it's like, damn it, you're trampling on my freedom. Yeah. You know, they feel like that. And
yet black people are the ones that's constantly always crying about being oppressed, always crying about their freedoms and all this other foolishness. But if we want to be honest and truthful, white people are behind stopping other people from saying the N-word as much as black people are. Matter of fact, if you say the N-word, which is why people say the N-word instead of the actual word, you can get removed or demonetized for hate speech. Well, it's not black folks that's doing this. Black folks are not demonetizing anybody on social media because black folks don't control social media. So there's no evidence to say support anything he's saying. But like I said, if white folks wanted to allow the N-word on it, they would, but they don't. So he talks a lot of nonsense. He says absolutely nothing.
And the thing about the N-word, they'll say, well, y'all say it, you say N-word, how come I can't say it?
That's right.
Well, the N-word has a definition. It means victim of white supremacy. That's all it means.
Yeah.
So if you're calling me a nigger or saying the word nigger, you're admitting that you're victimizing me. So you say it and you let me know where you're coming from, you know?
Okay, first off, once again, but this dude says absolutely nothing. Nothing. Okay? But if that's what the word means, then why have a problem with them saying it? You know, if white folks are acknowledging the oppression, then what's the problem from the people who are always crying about being oppressed? But this is the dumbest shit that Tariq Nasheed has ever said, and he says a lot of nonsense. Again, this is more evidence that Tariq Nasheed is nothing but a male Cynthia G. Just babbles on about a whole bunch of nothing, saying absolutely nothing, but he says white supremacy at least once a minute. That's all he does. Everything is white supremacy. You know, the Lucky Charms, white supremacy. You know, it all changed, white supremacy. PlayStation, the Xbox is white supremacy. Just white supremacy all damn day. That's all he does, says a whole bunch of nothing and cries white supremacy. By the way, that's not what the N-word means. It's just this is just nonsense. But people listen to this fool. So who's more foolish, the fool or those who follow? You know, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Now, a question for you, right? So, you know, I think we was like, you know, okay, so like you were supposed to answer this, but then like we got, you know, sidetracked.
Yeah.
But the next up-and-coming election, what's the plan for Black America? How do we get something out of these motherfuckers? Because Biden ain't give a shit.
So if they don't give us nothing, we're not going to support them. We're not going to support them. We will let the Republicans win without even voting for the Republicans. It's that simple. We're going to be strategically withholding our vote if we're not getting anything out of it.
But those...
Okay, y'all, this is just more of that what they're going to do for us nonsense, you know? And I always say, if you're not going to do for yourself, there's nothing anyone else can do for you. You got to want to do for yourself first. Again, there's nothing that any of the parties can do for black people today that black folks can't do for themselves. And if you're waiting on someone else to do something for you, the problem is you. The problem is you. Case in point, Donald Trump did a lot for black people. Donald Trump passed several legislation for help black people, including like the First Step Act to help a lot of black people get out of jail. Yet they're still crying about what somebody gonna do for them, what somebody gonna do for us. I can't do nothing for you until you're ready to do for yourself. Again, there's the old saying, you can lead a horse to the water, but you can't make him drink it. It exists for a reason. And that perfectly explains black people in America today. Again, not all black folks, but black folks in general.
Those Republicans, though, their agenda is usually like anti-black, right? In terms of like the staunch conservatives.
Okay, so now this is not Tariq Nasheed. This is one of the hosts of the No Jumper show. This is the black host, you know, but I want to know how exactly are Republicans anti-black? Now, this is very common nonsense that believed and basically taught and basically indoctrinated by so many black people in America. You know, I always say that, you know, the typical black person in America, from the time that you can walk, the time that you can talk, the time that you can think for yourself, you've been told basically Democrats good, Republicans bad, and then you indoctrinated with that nonsense. And when you tell the lie big enough, long enough, and loud enough, eventually people believe it. So this is a perfect example of nonsense that black people have been told big enough, long enough, and loud enough to the point they believe it. And now they believe this foolishness that Republicans are anti-black with no real evidence to support that. Again, Republicans are not anti-black. They basically aren't for giving free handouts. Republicans are all about, I'm going to help you help yourself. I'm not going to basically help you to the point where you don't have to do anything. That's what Democrats do. Okay, they're about teaching people how to fish, not just giving you the fish and you don't have to work for yourself. That is not anti-black, and if actually I would say that's pro-black. So Republicans are actually pro-black, not anti-black. They're pro-everybody. They're pro-do for yourself. I'm going to get out of the way and I'm going to let you do for yourself. I'm just going to create a situation in which it's easier or that you can do for yourself, as opposed to I'm going to take care of you from the womb to the tomb.
All Americans, but especially black people, are basically just asked to choose the lesser of two evils every election,
yes.
Don't you think?
Right.
Now this is the other host here, the white host. And I just want to say that, we've always voted for the lesser of the two evils. Like, when have we not voted for the lesser of the two evils? Okay? Human beings are fallible. And as long as human beings are fallible, you're always going to be voting for the lesser of two evils. Nobody's perfect. So I've never understood this, the lesser of the two evil narrative. Okay, I'm supporting Donald Trump, but I guarantee you Donald Trump has some evils. I don't agree with Donald Trump 100%, and I have my own evils. So if I'm running for any office of president and you're voting for me, I hope to be the lesser of the two evils, but I'm not perfect myself. I am fallible. So like I said, this lesser of the two evils narrative is actually very stupid when you sit back and you think about it. We always vote for the lesser of the two evils.
So if we got to go with the lesser of two evils, we got to go with the Republicans, because when we deal with the Republicans, we just have to deal with old school white supremacists. Yeah. So what they'll do, they'll stand across the street and throw darts at you. I can duck some of those darts, but
okay, this is just more Senator G babbling from this fool. Okay, what darts are Republicans throwing at blacks? This is bullshit. But Republicans are not throwing no damn darts at nobody. Okay, not wanting to create wars of the state is not throwing darts at anyone. Man, like how much bullshit can you cram in 2 minutes? Like, apparently a lot, because again, this is a 4-minute video. The whole entire video itself was 4 minutes that they uploaded, and I only covered 2 minutes of it. So might have to come back and I'll come back and do a part 2 of it. But man, if Tariq, this dude, if he literally believes what he said, I don't believe Tariq Nasheed believes half the crap that's coming out of his mouth. I believe that he's just a race hustler making money off the backs of blacks, which either way, you know what I'm saying? But if he's doing that, that's just as bad. But if he believes this crap, man, this dude, he is dumb as Dr. Umar Johnson. My God, people listen to this idiocracy nonsense, and like I said, you have to be, your brain have to be completely shut down to listen to Tariq Nasheed babble on and believe that this man is smart and intelligent. Nah, he's just a slick shyster type. He's nothing but a Al Sharpton or Benjamin McCrump that shows up when there's something race and black folks just keep falling for the same nonsense. Like, anyway, y'all, so I'll come back and I'll do a part 2 of this, but this is my 2 cents on the first part of that video. And as always, y'all, until next time.